Hi everybody in Lifelong Crochet. I'd like to introduce a new member. This is Pam. She's my wife and she just started crocheting less than a month ago. And this is Rebecca, my co-host, and we'd like to invite you to participate in a crochet-along for the month of March, which is National Crochet Month in the US, and Canadians have adopted it, and I'm sure many of you in other countries would feel that it's totally fine to celebrate crochet for the duration of March. So this crochet along is going to involve lots of options. So the point is to spend time sharing our projects together and working on a project of our choice. So instead of limiting it to one project, we thought we might be able to get a little bit of a bigger group and more interest if we did several. We're going to start with a basic one, which Pam will talk about.
All right, so I've only been crocheting for like maybe a month, and so I'd like to be the person that encourages people who don't crochet to try crocheting during crochet month. So you can start with the very simple basic washcloth, chain stitch, very easy. I did that one and I've done like about 15 of those style. And then I was introduced by Charles to the double crochet. So then I did a little bit more complicated of a dishcloth, washcloth, whatever you want to call it. All made out of cotton.
Do you have the pattern here? No.
The pattern is not here, but I'm sure you're going to post the pattern,
yes.
Correct? So yeah, so I would encourage you to jump on board, give it a try, and the next thing you know, your drawer in the kitchen will be full of homemade dishcloths.
And one bonus to learning this is, although there are text instructions, there are full crochet diagram instructions, so you can learn how to read basic crochet symbols for the chain stitch, the single crochet, and the double crochet.
And I will attest to the fact that yes, you can learn them. It is possible. Even though you're not experienced and you've knit for most of your
knit
life.
Or crochet?
I've knit for most of my time,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
So I've knit for 8 years and then started crocheting.
Absolutely. So the second project is going to be for those who'd like to jump into garment crocheting for the first time, or whatever, if you have already done one, that's fine. We're going to do a top-down sweater, pullover, and it's going to be kind of more of a recipe. So it's kind of you're going to be learning not how to design a sweater, but you'll learn the basics of a top-down sweater. We're going to use only double crochet stitches, well, a few chains here and there, but keeping it simple. And also there won't be a gauge swatch, so that's a big deal.
Thank God, I hate those.
They're so important for garments, but I have a perfect workaround for that. So also you'll learn a lot about ease and fit, and you're going to be able to do this for sizes extra small all the way up to 4X, 5X. If that's what you want to do, it's completely fine. And we'll talk about adjustments that have to be made for the bigger plus sizes. But overall, you should be able to make something that is form flattering and that you'll be happy to wear after investing the time. And since it's only double crochet, if you really don't like it, of course you can just rip it back, but you'll have learned a ton of things and then you can try again with a different sweater. So because it's all double crochet, once we get past the first bits of it, you'll kind of have just plain crocheting for a while. So we thought we'd add project number 3.
Project number 3, if you want to participate, is going to be the Whirlwind Blanket, which I designed.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the yarn just really makes it. It is very simple. It's very autopilot once you get started. And so again, once we get past the initial techniques that are used in the pattern, then it's really enjoyable just watching TV, or just when you need to take your mind off, or when you're driving the car, you don't have to have the pattern with you. It's very repetitive. It's just, it increases, and you can go on as big or as little as you want it to be. So
Right. And it's perfect.
kind of overlap those.
If you don't have that kind of self-striping yarn, can you do scrappy projects, like use up
Absolutely. I have several. We'll link the project pages, and I'll actually do a compilation photo that I can show off some of the different techniques. One of my testers she used a mandala yarn. So it's the 3-weight yarn, the double knitting yarn, and she held it together with a single strand of white. So it had that marbly effect to it. Really pretty. I don't know if there's an actual solid color sample. I would have to look. Many of them are using 2 colors. My original sample was blue and white. So it was chunky, like, I don't remember, 3 rows of white, 3 rows of blue, 3, 3, 3, 3. I had one tester. Oh, no, she wasn't a tester, but she has tested for me. But she made her own blanket, and she made it look like a spiral. Did you see that one, Charles? It was yellow and white, I think. And what she did is she just kept switching the yarn at exactly the right spot so that the white and the yellow were spiraling around each other.
Oh, wow.
Very cool.
Yeah, I was like, that's a really good idea. So there's a couple of different ways to spice it up, and absolutely would make a great scrappy blanket. It works with the striping yarns. It works with a variegated yarn. It's going to work with a solid color yarn. So it's extremely versatile in that respect. And once you get going, you just get going. The only mistake you're going to make is putting the corner in the wrong place, which I do every few rows. When I make my own pattern, I still mess it up, and it's so forgivable. It really is. You don't even have to frog it back. You can leave it there.
That's awesome. Good. So, and for the people who don't want to do the garment, you can do the blanket instead. Or then we have one more option, which will come in a little bit later in the month, which a picture.
Oh, you have it.
A picture will appear on the screen, approximately right there.
Drum roll, please.
And it's called.
Is it coming?
I can't.
The Starlight Square.
I'll have to add it later.
The Starlight Square, which I designed for the Creative Crossings blanket that we had made. A bunch of designers got together, and we each made 2 squares, designed them and made them in a certain colorway to make the original Creative Crossings blanket, which was for Lorraine. And it turned out so amazing. And all of the squares are available for free on the website, and we'll post all these links. Most of them are available for a small charge as a PDF through Ravelry. So if you wanted to get like the clean copy and not have to bother with websites, those are all available. So we'll definitely post all those links too.
Yeah. Links.
In case anybody loves doing squares and you want to continue and do the whole blanket, it's all the information is there.
Perfect. And the pattern for the Whirlwind is where?
That is available on Ravelry. It is a paid pattern.
Okay.
And we can absolutely, we'll be throwing together a code for that too, so nobody has to
coupon code.
pay the
All
whole
right.
thing. Yeah.
And this pattern here will be in really, really rough format, shared just to this group. I'm not going to put it on Ravelry yet, but it will be available just to the participants here in the crochet-along. So, anyway, is there anything else?
Start knitting, post your
Crocheting,
sorry. Start crocheting, post your projects as you go, right?
Yep,
How
absolutely.
you're doing?
Absolutely, post away. And because I didn't get an introduction, I am Rebecca of Curly Cute Crochet.
I said you were the co-host.
Oh, well, slam. I don't even know how I show up in this meet because I don't think I'm on my account. I think I'm on my husband's account.
Oh, yeah, you do.
do.
Show up.
So this is not Chris. This is Rebecca.
Yeah.
And we're here for your music.
you.
I'm just you. So
Yeah, so you don't get much either.
And please, if you are in any other crochet communities and know of people who are looking for something to do in National Crochet Month, please go ahead and invite them anywhere that you are part of a different community, and invite them to join Lifelong Crochet and this crochet-along. And hello, we have somebody else.
This is Jack. This is my Jack too. Say hi. Hi.
All right. So I hope a lot of you are interested in joining our crochet-along. And we'll see you soon in the group.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.